Ladies and gentlemen, the Fani Willis accountability train is rolling into the station as we speak, and it's coming in hot. I shared with you a video yesterday. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. I'll put it in the pinned comment and in the end cards below about how a Georgia Supreme Court judge ruled that Fani Willis can actually be subpoenaed by the Georgia State Committee. Well, today, holy mackerel. This just broke, by the way. You're not going to find this anywhere else. As always, I always give you the latest breaking as it happens. Christopher Carr, Attorney General for the state of Georgia, has chimed in on Fani Willis. I'm going to share that with you. And then Fani Willis, of course, responds. I don't think you're going to be too shocked by how she responds. But here's the big one. The Pitbull. Trump's lead attorney, the GOAT, Steve Sadow, who's going to be on our show. Steve, if you're watching, you're not going to get away with it, pal. I need you, buddy. We're going to have you on the show. We've had Ashley Merchant. We've had the whistleblower. I'm going to get Fani Willis eventually. Eventually, I will get Fani Willis on the show. I will. Just trust me. I'll find a way. He responds to, actually, it was him who first alluded me to Attorney General Carr's statement. But wait till I share with you what Steve Sadow, Trump's lead attorney in this Fani Willis debacle, says in response. It is glorious. It is delicious. It is fantastic. And it is right in line with how the GOAT usually expresses himself in a very eloquent, articulate, sophisticated, incredible manner. But first, check out this amazing statement from Attorney General Christopher Carr right here. Check this out. So here was the statement from Attorney General Christopher Carr, who says, the Georgia Court of Appeals has ruled that the Fulton County DA created her own conflict and rightfully removed her from the case against President-elect Trump. Wow, that is the Attorney General, everybody. Quote, lawfare, end quote, has become far too common in American politics, and it must end. As such, I would encourage the Georgia Supreme Court to not take her appeal. Remember, I said this in the video when yesterday when the judge ruled that she can be subpoenaed, and in the official disqualification, which happened only a few weeks ago, where the actual appellate court ruled she's gone, hasta la pasta, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya, Cash Money G, that she appealed right away, of course, because she can never, ever. I mean, I sincerely wonder. Somebody let me know in the comments. I can't wait to get your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments what you think. This is a sincere question. And Fani, if you're listening, please feel free to respond in the comments. Do you think Fani Willis has ever in her life, both personally and professionally, admitted wrongdoing ever? I mean, it could be anything, like as simple as bumping into somebody, in the airport or something like that accidentally. Do you think she's ever in her entire life admitted any wrongdoing, big, small, personal, professional? Let me know in the comments down below. I can't wait to read your comments. And Fani, if you're out there watching, because I know you watch me every day, how can you not? For crying out loud, because you love attention and all you care about is notoriety and fame. You don't care about justice. You don't care about the people. I would love to hear you too. Let me know in the comments down below. It's our hope, Attorney General Chris Carr continues, that the DA will now focus taxpayer resources on the successful prosecution of violent criminals in Fulton County. Wow, this is huge. From the Attorney General making his plea to the actual Georgia Supreme Court to not take the District Attorney of Fulton County, Fani Cash Money G's appeal on her dismissal and her disqualification in the Trump 2020 election indictment. Wow. Holy mackerel. Is that not huge, or is that not huge? I mean, I've said this so many times, and I know you've been with me since the beginning. Most of you have. Let me know, by the way, if you're new, just type new in the comments. If you've been here as an OG, type in OG, because I've been covering this from day numero uno. The biggest victims here, it's not Trump. It's not even really the co-defendants, the 18, 19, 20, God knows how many that are indicted with him in this case. It's not Ashley Merchant who got berated by Fani Willis on the stand in her unprofessional, belligerent manner. It's none of those people. Really, the biggest victims here are the tax-paying hard workers of Fulton County. They have really, really been victimized here, and they're suffering the most consequences from this impresario, this fame and money-oriented district attorney, Fani Willis, who simply doesn't care about her people, even though she says it every single time there's a camera present. She doesn't care about her constituents. She doesn't care about justice. She literally only cares about one thing: herself, power, and fame, which is why she met with Kamala Harris right before this indictment. Yeah, maybe you didn't know that. She met. It's on the record, which is what Ashley Merchant testified in the subpoena that she got from Senator Bill Cowsert in the Georgia State Committee. She said, we have records. She's on the books, meeting with Kamala, the phony-in-chief, the worst vice president in the history of America, meeting with Kamala only a few weeks before launching the case against Trump. Well, you can almost, be certain that Fani Willis definitely didn't take too kindly to Mr. Carr's suggestion to the Georgia Supreme Court. This is her response via Steve Sadow, Trump's lead attorney. Fani Willis says, Mr. Carr is a witness in the case he is trying to influence. Apparently, he is more focused on the politics of the 2026 Republican gubernatorial primary rather than the law. If Mr. Carr cannot separate his ambition to become governor from his duties as attorney general, he should resign and focus on being a full-time candidate rather than serving as a constitutional officer sworn to uphold the constitutions and laws of the United States and Georgia. Are we really surprised by Fani Willis's response? I know I'm not. But isn't it interesting how right out of the Hippocrat, aka the Democrats' playbook, she projects onto her opponents everything that she's doing. She says, I submit. She says, if he really only cares about, if he cares about playing, lawfare and playing Constitution, maybe he should just focus on running instead of being the sworn officer, the appointed individual who is supposed to uphold the Constitution. That's exactly what Fani Willis is. That's literally, she's projecting exactly what she's doing, which is she is completely denigrating the Constitution, denigrating her oath, denigrating her public service to her constituents. And she's saying he's doing that. It's exactly what she's doing. This is the Hippocrats' playbook. Project, project, project. Biden did it. Kamala did it. All the rest of them, Pelosi, Chuck the Buck, they all do the same thing. But check out Steve Sadow's response. This is brilliant. So this is Trump's lead attorney, Steve Sadow's first response to Attorney General Carr's statement saying that the Supreme Court should not accept Fani Willis's appeal. He says AG Carr is right. The Georgia Supreme Court only grants discretionary review in cases of great concern, gravity, or importance to the public, Rule 40. The Georgia Court of Appeals decided a one-time situation where the trial court factually found a, quote, significant appearance of impropriety, end quote, but abused its discretion by failing to disqualify Wade and D.A. Willis. This decision is nothing more than appropriate remedy ruling, which does not satisfy Rule 40, which is exactly right. There is no great concern, gravity, or importance to the public because we all know, much like Letitia Big Shame James, fake Don Juan Mershon, Jack the Ripper Smith, and many, many other, Judge Gargamel, all of these cases, remember what I said about Biden doing the same thing that Fani Willis does, and Fani Willis vice versa, Kamala Harris and vice versa. They just project because the public was made privy. Thanks, to independent media organizations and people who are out there for truth, like myself, the public was made aware that all of you guys are hypocrites. The hypocrisy knows no bounds. You politicized and you weaponized the Department of Justice to go after your political opponents because you knew legitimately you could not win the election otherwise. That is a banana republic. That is a third world democracy. And I think the amount of justice that should be served to you guys should be unfettered, unbridled, and in full 100%, given utmost precedence and priority. I think you should all be prosecuted, all of you who engage in lawfare, to the fullest extent of the law. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But this response to Fani Willis's response is the real kind of meat and potatoes of this video. This is just glorious in all its American, articulate, professional integrity, virtuous splendor. Steve Sadow's response is so perfect to Fani Willis, as it always is. He says, quote, D.A. Willis's knee-jerk response to Attorney General Carr's powerful statement is vintage Willis. I could not agree more, Mr. Sadow. She pays her hand-picked prosecutor lover nearly $1 million. He's talking about Nathan Wade. Attempts to conceal her intimate relationship from the citizens of Georgia until exposed in emotion. She lied multiple times on the stand. She lied to Ashley Merchant. She lied to the court. She lied to the public. She lied on national TV. She lied to Nathan Wade. She lied to Steve Sadow, etc., etc. Blatantly attempts to paint the accused as racists in a speech in a historic Atlanta black church upon being exposed. Remember, she gave that speech at the Atlanta black church, literally defaming and deriding President Trump and everybody who supports President Trump. She's supposed to be a district attorney. She's supposed to be held to the highest standard. Remember, prosecutors, especially in the criminal justice system, are always supposed to be held to the higher standard. Defense attorneys, criminal defense attorneys, not to say that they're given leeway, but it's almost expected of them to try all sorts of sneaky, weaselly, tricky ways to get their clients off, right? Prosecutors are supposed to be the virtuous ones, the ones who possess the most integrity, the ones who possess the most professionalism and credibility. This is why. See, Fani Willis only points to race. It's all because I'm a woman. It's all because I'm black, just like all of her DEI woke, completely anti-American, antithetical minion followers. Oh, it's because I'm black. No. It has nothing to do with you being black. Oh, it has to do with because I'm a woman. No, it has to do with the fact that you're unprofessional, you're untalented, and you're unqualified. Period. That's what it has to do with. It has to do with, something new, merit-based. I continue. And her overall conduct and testimony in court give rise to the trial judge finding an, in quote, odor of mendacity, end in quote. But she wants AG Carr to resign for telling the truth. And in big, bold, capital letters, simply dumbfounding. Well, Mr. Sadow, I just have to say this. I wish it was as dumbfounding as you find it. I know you're being facetious, but this is not surprising. This is her MO. And this is why I sincerely ask the question. I really, truly wonder if this woman has ever admitted any wrongdoing, has ever had the humility, has ever possessed even a molecule of humbleness, a sense of fairness, a sense of equilibrium to say, you know what, this one's on me. This is my fault. I'm truly sorry. I apologize. I sincerely doubt, not only, in the place where it should be the most warranted to have that kind of professional decorum in the legal world, but I sincerely think in her personal life, she's probably never, ever, ever once uttered the words, my bad, I'm sorry. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I can't wait to read your comments. Also, let me know where you're joining me from, what city, what state, what country. I love our fans. I love our viewers from South Africa, Canada, New Zealand, the US, everywhere in the US, our greatest country in the entire planet. We've got people in Europe, South America, Chile, Peru, Afghanistan. We've got so many amazing audience members here. I just love hearing where you're joining from. So let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to sign up for our free newsletter. It's absolutely free. That's in the pinned comment, show notes, and description. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here. If you haven't seen these yet, tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA. We'll see you soon.